Hello everyone, it's me, Aaron, Professor Thorgy, your guide to all things geeky, and welcome to another episode of Thorgy Reviews. Now, on the last episode, I reviewed Batman v Superman, and in that time, I've had a week to think it over. I've had a week to listen to your arguments online, I've had a week to talk to people in my store about it, so I've gotten a lot of different takes on this film, and I began to realize I don't know if I did this film justice. I think that when I watched this, I was just kind of being aggressive towards it because it wasn't the film that I wanted to see, and I didn't really judge the film for what it was trying to achieve. So, today, on Professor Thorgy Reviews, I'm going to do something that I've never done. I went back and I watched this movie again, and after watching it a second time, I've decided it deserves to be reviewed again. Now, as I said, when I watched this the first time, I was upset about the way that they portrayed several characters because I felt like they weren't living up to the way that I felt they should be portrayed. But this time, I watched it and tried to understand the message that they were conveying, and after watching it like that, I realized that many of the things that I held on to from these characters just simply didn't work with this new generation of audiences that they were trying to reach out to. For example, Jimmy Olsen. We all know by now that they murdered Jimmy Olsen, gunshot to the head, in the first 5 minutes of this movie. Now, I was upset about that when I saw it the first time because to me, that missed the entire point of Jimmy Olsen. That he needed to be there to give Superman a friend. Someone who Superman could connect to, someone he could talk to, someone who provided a ray of hope and optimism to this entire world. But after watching it a second time, I realized those things simply do not work with this new generation of audiences, and I think it's bold that this film embraced that. This film found a way to very quickly establish the tone of this entire film. The tone that Superman shouldn't have friends, that he is an alien, an outsider who should never be able to connect with mankind. Think about it. Think about every single time in this film that you see Superman saving someone. Does he ever smile? Does he ever talk to them? Do they ever shoot it with any sense of hope or fun? No. It looks like a burden to him, and that to me gets to the heart of what Superman really is, and it really redefines him for this new generation of audiences. That he is an outsider who can never fully connect with mankind, so he must suffer alone as he goes out there to try and help these people who he will never feel equal with. That's the kind of brilliant decision making that only Zack Snyder could make. I mean, think about it. Can you name one other director out there who could have shot a montage of a superhero saving people and actually made it seem bleak and depressing? I sure can't. Or take Lois Lane, for example. The Lois that we all know is a bright and vibrant character with a giant personality who will go to any lengths necessary to get the story that she's after because she is just that brave and that strong of a character. However, this film realized that in the day of the modern-day superhero film, you don't need two strong female characters. When you're contractually obligated to put Wonder Woman in your film, sure, spend that time making her an interesting character, but then why do you need to bother with Lois at all? I have to respect this film for what they did with her character, where they decided to have her act like a deer in the headlights throughout this entire film, who was terrified of everything, including the man that she loved, which again got to the heart of Clark Kent, that he is someone who should not be allowed to connect with any other human being. I mean, people say that they just didn't have any chemistry on that screen, but no, it's impossible for two people to lack that much chemistry with each other. That was sheer acting, trying to get across the point that Superman cannot connect with. Oh my god, I can't do this anymore. April Fools! April Fools, everybody! Was anybody actually buying this? This is all a big April Fools. I feel bad about saying all that stuff. Oh god. I need to brush my teeth right now. Oh god, I can taste the lies. Hi there everyone, yes, that was all just a bit of April Fool's fun. My opinion on this film has not changed at all, but I am here for another reason today, and that's because I've been talking about this film for almost a month now, and it's time that we finally close the book on it and leave it behind us. And I've decided that the best way to end this conversation is by actually turning it into a conversation. I want to hear from you guys. Give me any questions or comments that you have about this film, and I will read them this weekend in a brand new Q&A video. You see, what I was originally going to do was a couple weeks back, I made a theory video in which I talked about who would actually win in a fight, Batman or Superman. And I didn't make this video with this as my intention, but I realized as I was making the video, there's gonna be a lot of people who have problems with my answer. So what I told everyone to do was to leave any problems or concerns or questions that you had in the comments down below, and I would make a follow-up video at the end of March in which I addressed them all. However, much to my surprise, you guys were actually really cool with the video. Like 90-95% of you guys agreed with what I said in that video, and what was left was only like 3 comments. That's not enough for me to make a follow-up video to. So instead, what I'm going to do is a brand new Q&A video. We've never tried that here before, but hopefully it'll be fun. Hopefully you guys will like it. But I know a lot of people out there are really passionate about Batman vs. Superman, either in one direction or another. So I want to hear from you guys. Leave in the comments down below, or contact me on Twitter and Tumblr at Professor Thorgy. And remember, you can contact me anonymously on Tumblr in case you don't want me to read your name. And contact me with any questions you have about the film, with your agreement, with your disagreement, with theories that you might have, with anything that you want me to talk about. And contact me and I will read those questions off, as many of them as I can, in a video that I'm going to make this weekend. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope I didn't upset anybody with that April Fool's Day joke, but guys, if that's the worst April Fool's Day joke that you run into today, then you are lucky. But thank you very much, and come back next time.